so much for joining MacPhail's virtual spotlight concert, Voyage. This program is the confluence of a number of different artists' journeys, namely cellist Rebecca Merlo, who is a MacPhail teaching artist, dancer and choreographer Darius Malone, who is with the James Sewell Ballet, and Atlanta-based composer Chad Hughes. In a moment, you'll hear from these artists directly about what inspired them to participate in this project. It is also the story of two major Twin Cities arts organizations collaborating in these unusual times. Lastly, it is my own personal pandemic journey as a performing artist, as we are all trying to re-envision our lives and find new ways to connect with our audiences. I want to thank MacPhail Center for Music for allowing me to make and produce this film. And of course, I want to thank all of the incredible artists and the production team for all the support and help. Thanks so much for watching.
So this project was simultaneously inspired by several wings. The first being the idea of celebrating a local community connection between myself, MacPhail, and the James Sewell Ballet. I think during the pandemic especially, it's been a beautiful opportunity to really kind of celebrate our backyards, and initiating this kind of collaboration felt really important.
Collaboration, and particularly with live music, for me has always been primary. Having been a musician as a kid, playing violin and oboe, and having that background, having that music live, feeling that energy is just fundamental to beautiful art and beautiful dancing. So when we have those opportunities, when they present themselves, we're always delighted to be able to take that on. And what a great town we live in, of so many great arts organizations, so many wonderful musicians and music organizations that we've been able to collaborate with to be able to find fresh ways to do that and have those opportunities.
When this piece presented itself, when James presented this opportunity to choreograph to this music, I just wanted to generate movement. The way I choreograph is momentum and emotion, and I allow the energy, which is the movement, to just reveal itself. Sort of like a Merce Cunningham approach to it, movement for movement's sake, and then allowing the artists, myself, Chloe Durier, and Jared Boches, to create the meaning.
And lastly, giving platform to Chad Hughes' music. It felt like a really natural liaison to sort of bridge Bach and the evolution of the solo cello suite with Chad's music, not to mention the backdrop of so many intense social justice issues happening at the moment. It felt like a really important gesture that hopefully is a sustaining one, which is to change the landscape of composers that are celebrated and given platform. So all of that in concert felt like a really worthy project.
I'm such a great fan of Bach. I just love Bach. And those Bach suites I've just grown up with. And to hear the reinterpretations that Hughes did, they're just wonderful. And they're imaginative, and it has the flavor of Bach, and yet with something new. And also, paired with the original Sarabande. It's just wonderful. So you kind of get this arc of sound that I think is just beautifully conceived.
A couple years later, I'm walking out the library, and the professor of cello, Anthony Elliott, says, "Hey, Chad, have you written anything for cello?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Write me a piece." I was like, wait a minute, this man is full professor, and he asking little old me to write him a cello suite. So I said, "Yes, sir." So I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never really written a solo unaccompanied piece before. I was scared as heck. So once again, I got my score, got my Rostropovich CD, and just listened. And just understanding just how to keep someone's interest with a solo piece. It's very, very hard, very, very difficult, and it's a challenge for the composer.
The style within the music itself definitely inspired me to just create movement. That's usually how I dive into choreographing a new work, is being inspired from the music and allowing that to just pull out material and generate movement for me.
Then I get an email from Rebecca saying she enjoyed it and wanted to actually have some dancers to it. For those who don't know, a suite is really a piece. We use the word suite. It really means dance. Pieces for dance. So I said sure. I was just blown away that people were playing my music. So next thing I know, the James Sewell Ballet is choreographing to my cello suite, and I'm like, really?
The cello is one of the instruments that is in the range of the human voice. So there's something in that resonance and tone that it speaks. It speaks, and especially unaccompanied Bach, there's a lilt to it that often, to me, feels like language. And it's in that tone, and I think, again, the way that Hughes took and expanded that, there is a wonderful sense of language in how he writes. And I feel like that's one of the aspects that I think it pairs so beautifully with the original Bach.
So for me personally, the cello is such a deep and rich instrument, and I'm not a musician, but if I were, I would definitely want to play the cello.